Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I am so glad you're here tonight. I can't believe it's the middle of August already. The summer's just clipping by, isn't it? Just going fast. Pretty soon it's going to be Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then 3 months of weather. I don't like winter, but I think I've told you that before. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you like the project I'm working on or you like my video, please share my video, comment, share down in the comments. And then from everyone who does that, I will randomly draw a name and they will win the project I'm working on tonight. Last week when we were together, I made this fun celebrate card, kind of a fun fold. I like this because if you needed more space for people to sign, they could sign up here, they could sign down the side here, and it would be all covered up. So, and this is going to go to Mary Wilson. So Mary, I will get this card out to you as soon as possible. If you can't share, I understand. Would you mind at least giving my video a heart? Facebook likes the hearts better than the thumbs up. The algorithm thinks you like it better, and it just helps my video be seen by more people. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take any more time. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and once you do, click that little blue bell, and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, which is most every Monday evening. Okay, I don't think, well, yeah, we've got a couple of Stampin' Up! Announcements. This is the month to redeem your coupons you earned in July. You have till the end of the month to do that, so don't forget to do that. And also we have the Designer Series paper sale from the annual catalog. That is, I believe it's 15% off. Most of the Designer Series papers. There's some that are not included. Let's see. My customers should be getting their fall catalogs in the mail. Those should be arriving any day if you haven't already got it. And you can start ordering from those the first week of September. And I think that is all for right now. I am going to go ahead and switch the view, and we are going to get started on our card. So tonight I had a fun fold I wanted to show you using dies. It's called a flap fold card, and I've done something similar to this, but not quite this. So I thought I'd show you really how simple it is to make. Use the Countryside Corner dies. Now these carried over from the last catalog, and they're really great, you know, for doing sentiments or focal images, but they also make great flaps for your card. So this Night of Navy was a piece of cardstock that was 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut that out with the largest die. You can see right there. And then this basic white is the next smaller die. That piece of paper was 4 by 5 1/4 also. Okay. And you may remember there was a coordinating stamp set that it retired, but you might have it. You know, it had a lot of borders and stuff around it. And I think it's something you could certainly add to this card to kind of jazz it up a little bit. The image, my sentiment, is from the Softly Said. This is an online exclusive, I believe. Yep, it is an online exclusive. It came out in March. But I always like to have 1 or 2 stamp sets with big sentiments like this because it really takes all the guesswork out of your card making. And so I use the Thinking of You because we always know people who need, you know, who need a little extra love and prayers and thoughts and things like that. So the one thing I do want to point out, this ribbon that I'm using is a retired ribbon. I just didn't have the right color. This is the Night of Navy bordered ribbon. It's so pretty. I didn't have any blue ribbon, and white I felt like just was going to not be seen on this card. So every once in a while you got to pull out your old retired stuff. I could have dyed some white ribbon blue with re-inker or colored it with the stamping blends, but to be perfectly honest, I did not want to go to all that mess. So I just pulled out some retired, and I think you'll forgive me. Okay, my base, again, Night of Navy, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half, just like we do every single time. Well, not every single time, because sometimes we have different sizes. Okay, give that a nice firm. Okay, let's go ahead and do our stamping on here. Now, you can see that, you know, this is this piece here. And what we've done is we've scored it and attached it to the inside back of the card and then covered over it with a piece of designer series paper. This designer series paper for these cards is the Countryside Inn paper. But for the card I'm going to do on camera, I'm going to use the flowered. I wasn't sure which I liked better, so this one I did with that, and I decided to do with this one with the flowers. So anyway, back to the flap. What we're going to do is we want to stamp our image a little over here to the left, okay? And I have, again, this is super simple, a Night of Navy ink. It's a very monochromatic card. You know, it seems like when I make a monochromatic card, I almost always go to blue, and I don't know why. Maybe because we have such great blues. But you know, we've got some pretty good greens too, and pinks. I don't know. There we go. That'll take that just a second to dry. Let me set my inky stamp over here out of the way so that I don't get ink all over everything. And really, that's the only stamping, okay? So I want that to dry because that's a little heavy on the ink. Now, it may look like I didn't stamp it correctly, but that's the way that stamp is supposed to be. It's kind of uneven. If you look at the box, you can see that too in a couple of these right here. On this thank you, you are loved. It's not a solid image. So that's not an error in stamping. That's the way it's supposed to be. So, okay. Am I dry? I think I'm dry. I think I had just re-inked my ink pad and it was extra inky, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my adhesive, my seal, on the back of this piece. And again, this could be anything. You could stamp other images on there if you want. And I'm going to put this right on here and center it on this piece. Now you could score both of these pieces independently of each other and then attach them. But my fear is that's one more step that I have a potential to screw up, if you know what I mean. So I decided to glue them together and that I would just score the heck out of this because this is really two pieces. So I put this at 4 inches, okay? And I'm just going to give it a good firm score. And let's see. I imagine it probably would lay a little bit flatter if I would score them separately. But again, just leaves one more thing for me to do, error for me to make. So if I can do it and avoid a potential error, I am. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to take our card base that we folded. And so what we're going to do is we are going to put adhesive on this part here. We're going to set and put it right there. But I'm going to show you how I do it. When I first made this card, I had this too close and I couldn't get this closed. So I had to kind of peel it up and re-adhere it. Normally, I would say use a little bit stronger adhesive, maybe like the green glue or the Seal Plus. But today I'm just using my regular. So position it where you want it. Do you want it toward the top, toward the middle? Either one works, okay? Do it like this and fold it over. Then you know it's going to close because that, because you have it in the right position. And there you go. You don't have to second guess. It sticks out just a little bit, but it's not going to be a problem for putting it in an envelope, okay? Mine may be down just a little lower or a little higher, but that's okay. So now we are going to cover this up with the Designer Series paper. Remember, this Designer Series paper's got two sides, so really you could, now I wouldn't have used this with this. Maybe if I had used a lighter color like Boho Blue or Misty Moonlight, maybe I could use this. But for this piece, I'm going to use this because we got to brighten it up a little bit. One of the reasons I think that I don't like the animal images. This paper has the rabbit on the back. I have nothing against rabbits, just not what I want on my card. And by using that side of the paper then, I feel like it has a little bit more of a masculine feel. So you could send that to one of the guys if you wanted to. This one with the flowers maybe has a little bit more of a feminine touch, okay? So we're going to put our 2 pieces of Designer Series paper on our card. These pieces are both 4 by 5 1/4, okay? This really is simple. And you know what? However you decide to embellish it, it's totally up to you. So I think they have 2 totally different looks, the stripes and the flowers. Just mine. Okay, now on the inside, we have to put a piece of white so that we can write on it because you can't write on this. You could also put a piece over here. If you didn't want to cover this up, you could put a piece over here. But I'm putting on this side, and I made it a little smaller because I wanted some of these flowers to show. So this piece here is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, but really it could be any size you want. No right or wrong. Put this right in the middle here. And something while I've got this card like horizontal, you could orient this card so that it went this way, so it was a horizontal card. Like, let's say you wanted to use this sentiment. Now it's a little bit big, but you get what I mean. So you could do it so it opens up like this and like this. So there's a lot of options for this card. I mean, I suppose you could even attach it at the top and have it fold down, however you want to do it. Okay, now we just have a little bit of embellishing to do. And again, I'm taking my ribbon, my retired ribbon. Use whatever you want. So, I'm going to do, hold on. Okay, get everything in the right hands here. There we go, like this. I'm getting better at getting a good square knot. And then I'm put this one around. And I want to pull what's in my left hand so that I get a nice square knot. Look at that. That looks really, really nice. Can trim that off there. And trim that off right there. to scoot this. If it's not tight enough, you could put a glue dot, you know, to hold it in place so it didn't move. Then the last thing I'm putting on these are the 2023-2025 in color opaque sparkle dots. They've got these pretty boho blue dots on them. So we're going to put some of those on there. And so I really feel like, you know, because this is blue, this could be, you know, these cards could be male or female. I don't think most of us send pink cards to men, but never know. And like I said, I feel like this one has a little bit, the one with the flowers has a little bit more of a feminine vibe. This one's a little maybe more appropriate for the men that you might be sending it to, but both are very pretty. And I think anyone would be happy to receive them. So, with that being said, that was our quick card. I hope you liked this flat fold card that featured the Countryside Corners dies. And everybody, I will see you next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Stamping with Denise. You take care now. Bye.